Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Grave Reviews Presents Thursday Night Frights. My co host, Chris, and I are going to be so excited to welcome you tonight to our conversation. I'm sure it's going to be a fun one. Chris, what are we looking at tonight?
We are going to dive right into or roll into 1988's Critters 2, the main course.
Uh, okay. So here's my brief synopsis description of this
Yeah.
movie. You ready? Critters 2, the main course. 2 years after the first movie, some leftover critter eggs get mistaken for Easter eggs in a sleepy little town. Cue a horde of fuzzy flesh-eating gremlins, turning the Easter bunny into an all-you-can-eat buffet. The bounty hunters are back. The town folks are screaming, and the critters are rolling around like murderous pom-poms with teeth. The bigger, bloodier, and way more ridiculous than the original. Basically, it's Gremlins on a budget, or as we've often said, they are tribbles with teeth. Pass the popcorn and maybe a flamethrower.
Get ready for seconds. They're back.
Yes, I'm going to tell you right now. Just you know what? Let's not do that. Let's not tell you anything. What do you say we hit the button, we do a little chair dance and have a little bit of fun, and then we come back in just a minute. What do you say?
Let's get this party started.
Let's get the party started.
Turn down the lights. It's time for Thursday Night Frights. We're here to be your guide through horror, thrills, and schlocky slides. Thursday night, feel the scare. Horror talk beyond compare. They'll roast, they'll toast, they'll recommend what's creepy, what's scary, they horror friends. From slashers to ghosts, they've seen it all. Monsters and mayhem, they'll make the call. Is it a scream or a total flop? They'll tell you what's hot and what's pure schlock. Thursday night, feel the scare. Horror talk beyond compare. They'll roast, they'll toast, they'll recommend what's creepy, what's campy, they horror friends. We lift a drink and toast to you. The talking dead know what to do. With laughs and chills, they'll set the tone. Thursday nights, you're welcome home. So join the fright, don't miss the show. Alan and Chris are here, ready to go. They'll roast, they'll toast, they'll recommend what's creepy, what's campy, they horror friends. Thursday night, feel the scare. Horror talk beyond.
Oh, I love that so much.
Now we're ready. Now we're ready.
We are ready. You know, the funny part is that people, I wish they could, that sometimes they could see us because we're really, literally every week we're dancing and so forth. And when it comes up to says that we do the toast every week, we both pick up our glass, we toast each other. We can't say anything to each other, can't we, hear each other, anything like that. But we do. It's just funny. It's just so funny. Anyway, this movie's ridiculous.
This movie is ridiculous. It's meant to be ridiculous, but I love that it is a direct sequel to the first.
Yes.
We're bringing back Brad Brown. We're going back to Grover Bend, and we pick up where we left off. Except instead of the bowling alley being the center of the show, it's a newspaper.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I okay, so all right, so putting on my serious face now. This movie is absolutely not a classic. It is not going to be something that you can brag at. It's not a good movie at all. But goddamn it, pass me the popcorn. I had
So,
so much fun. I had so much fun. I had forgotten how ridiculously fun this movie was. The diner scene, the rolling around, everything about it. I mean, when they attacked the truck and pulled the door off the truck, I mean, just oh my god, it is so
all the little stuff.
ridiculous. The I don't even know where to start. Okay, so first of all, if you had to take, if this was a movie where you were taking a shot every time you caught a an error in continuity, you'd be drunk by mid film.
It's possible.
But that being said, wow, what a fun time. Um,
Yeah, it's a creature feature,
it
the
is.
second time around, so you know what you're getting, and they dive deep into the humor. There's little pieces here or there that make it enjoyable
Yep.
throughout, like, even down to you've got this giant ball of critters because instead of getting larger, now they just group together into a giant ball, and they're rolling down, and somehow the guy comes out with the pitchfork, and they're all laid out like bowling pins, and it goes through them. It's just
And with the sound, that's what's fun.
yeah, it
Oh,
keeps you going with just the ridiculousness.
yep.
Roger Ebert put this on his most hated list, and bro, we're just happier than you are, I
Yeah.
think.
You know what? I think it is, honestly. This is okay. So this is a movie that if you went into it thinking to yourself, I wanted to see something highbrow or midbrow or sometimes even lowbrow. No, I would tell you that this is the kind of movie that you and a group of friends get together. You do a double feature of another film like oh, Killer Clowns, right? That would be a great one. Killer Clowns with this, and put them together and have a wonderful night of just laughing and cutting up and having a good time. Because I'm telling you right now, there was some good special effects in this movie. The big ball when it runs over the guy and it strips him as it goes by. That was a great special effect. But you know what? It was so silly. It didn't frighten you or bother you. It made you laugh.
Right,
you know.
right, and because we're in New Line Cinema, we
Yes.
get Lynn Shay, because she was basically, "You're gonna put my sister in the movie,"
Pretty much.
kinda thing, but it's okay because she's not there's a reason why she's horror royalty at this point.
Mhm.
Um, but you've got New Line Cinema. So you've got Freddy Krueger, where the one bounty hunter's got to change, and he looks at Freddy Krueger, and Charlie's like, "Oh no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no, no!"
no, don't do that, no.
Um,
That's bad.
and and then in I think it was three, Nightmare on Elm Street, there was Critters on TV.
Uh-huh.
So there's a nod to each other through that universe. Love that
Yep.
that connection there.
And
Um,
I tell you something else that I loved about this, and this is going to sound really silly, I think, but when this movie first comes on, and that music, that New Line Cinema music intro, and then the music over the beginning scene of this, I was literally watching, going, "God, I miss this." The feeling that you got in the 80s and early 90s of watching these adventure style movies, right? The feeling that the music gave you that there was something special getting ready to happen, and this movie has that. And so that's something that I really miss with today's movies. Not they don't all need it, but when you've got a good action adventure fun movie, to have that score immediately make you just kind of give you it gave me the nostalgia
just don't take
feels.
this so seriously. We're gonna, get fun with it. We're going on an adventure. You're right,
Yep.
with calling it that. That's the music. That's the score here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it matches up well. This is not only I was a huge fan of the original when it came out. Loved it. It had the creepiness. It's creature feature, creepy, but there's a little twinge to it to where you don't be too scared.
Mhm.
It kind of keeps you from going all the way into a monster movie.
Yep.
And this was a good pickup because we got the returning characters. We've got which honestly, the first one and the second one are full of some bigger names when it comes to some horror movies.
You are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct.
Yeah, big stuff. I'm a huge fan of Scott Grimes because of Critters. I kind of was like, that was always my go-to when you see an actor in something, you're like, oh yeah, he's from Critters. So like when, Band of Brothers is on, it's like, oh, he's from Critters. No, he's Sergeant Malarkey, but
Yeah,
good
yeah,
call.
and Tom Hodges too is another one of those guys. He's
Mhm.
everything you see him in. But I tell you, to me, who stole this movie
Who do you got?
was Barry Corbin
Oh yeah.
as Harv
As Harv, the 2-year retired sheriff that got voted out of town.
who literally, just I mean, some of his speeches, if you will, his motivational speeches. I was just like, that's
in
awesome.
a church
Uh-huh.
trying to rile up the town to be like, you have to fight for it, you
You
bunch
bunch
of
of pussies.
It was just, and you're like, oh yeah, we're in the church, and everybody's in the church, including all the children.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
It was just so funny when especially when he makes his big return and you hear the guns, ba-bam, 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 but he does the whole Western thing where he spins
Yeah.
it turns it, pops in, and then
Yeah.
it spins the tobacco. I was just like, that's just great.
It's a great continuation of the character that was originally played by M. Emmett Walsh.
Yes.
But it brings it into where it was like, was that? No, okay. You could kind of see him becoming a little bit of the, like he lives in a van down by the river now.
In a van down by the river.
That he does. This is really fun for so many reasons going into this, but I think the magic left us at this point.
Yeah.
After this one, because I really think Critters 3 was following on Predator's heels with let's go urban, and Predator urban went really well. Critters urban.
No, Critters Urban literally felt like a Gremlins ripoff.
Yeah.
I will say that the small town feel is what made this work.
Yeah.
I like folk movies. I like, these movies where you're in a small town and it's, the small town mentality against the big creature. But I will tell you this. The shape-shifting bounty hunters, when he picks up the Playboy magazine, I lost it. I was laughing so hard because I was like, how else are they going to get their nudity quotient?
We needed boobs on the screen. It's 88. This movie's almost 38 years old. We're pushing the 40-year mark. It was imperative to get at least one boob in a movie in the 80s because the parental, zoning laws, if you want to call them that.
I like that. That's a good way.
They were Wild West, man. Like PG-13. PG-13 wasn't around for a long time, and it was just kind of like, well, we'll see what happens. And he changes into a holds the Playboy out because Charlie doesn't want him to turn into him. So holds a Playboy in front of him and he comes out with the staple in the stomach.
So
perfect.
Funny. So
Yeah.
funny. So here's the funny thing about Critters 2 is when she turns in, right, this the character that she turns into, the Playboy playmate. God bless her. That child suffered from a serious disease. I don't know if you knew this or not. It's a genetic disease called noacetol. Yeah, she had that badly, the noacetol disease.
Yeah, you'll have this. It was the 80s, man. That's
she don't need a badunkadunk. She just needed.
Sir Mix-a-Lot hadn't come around. We needed Sir Mix-a-Lot to spread the news.
Oh, but it was just so funny.
Kill Kreitz. Just boobs hanging out.
Yeah,
that was what I remember. Like also with this being like too young to see these movies kind of thing.
Yep.
Was like this is one that was tame enough to come on, and if you can get a tape store, it was Critters. You do a Critters weekend. You knew you were getting boobs in the second one. Like, oh yeah, you got to check it out. Playboy chick comes out because back in the day it was hard to see a naked woman. You had to go through steps and know some people
And rent
in order.
VHS tapes that
You
were not
worked for it, man. Like now you could be like, oh, there's a boob, and I didn't even look for one. Back in the day, it was a
meant
little
something.
rougher.
It's funny. Okay, so yeah, okay, we're males talking about seeing women's breasts on the screen, and I'm going to tell you that as a young man growing up in the 80s, that meant something. When you saw that, it was not only titillating,
Whoa.
it was just exciting in general. You were
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
just like,
whoa.
whoa.
It
Yeah,
was a little bit. They went there. They did that,
right?
and you'd see that in PG movies.
All the time. I remember
like,
a bunch of movies where my dad would be like, "Hey, turn around."
yeah.
And
you're going.
But that was it. Like, okay, I'll turn around. Boy, what did I just hear?
Oh, yeah, I ain't seeing nothing, Dad. I
didn't see
promise.
shit.
I
didn't see it.
I didn't even have that issue. See, my parents, unfortunately, or fortunately, they were very very religious. So those kind of movies didn't make it through our house unless I called it
that was
myself.
even more special for you.
Yeah. So I was like, woohoo!
Yeah. All right.
Like there's women in it. I can see them.
I love how this movie starts. Is basically you've got Charlie as the bumbling bounty hunter. We find out that he did go with them from the first one, and they're after this weird monster slug. They get this thing. He almost dies in the process.
Yep.
But Ugg saves him, and we bring it back to where they're like, "You're not getting paid because we've done a scan and Krites are still on Earth." And they're like, "No, they're not." And they're like, "Oh yeah, they are."
Oh yeah.
So the eggs we saw on the end of the first one, the 3 we saw were just 3 of like 500 that were laid apparently on in the farm.
And these
not to mention
multiply quickly.
Oh yeah. Once they start going, and it's the whole like you don't let them eat because once they start, they don't stop. I do have to say, Terrence Mann as Ugg. This is hilarious that at the same time he is Inspector Javert on Broadway in Les Mis. Yeah. Around the same time, he's Ugg the bounty hunter in Critters 2, the main course.
That's so funny.
It's just funny.
Now, how? This is a question that you may or may not be able to answer, and if you can't, no big deal. But how long did they take filming this movie?
Oh, it wasn't long.
Okay, so it was a pretty quick shoot.
Yeah, from what I understand, production was.
I love our Talking Dead.
A lot of 50. Yes.
The reason I'm asking is because maybe it's just me, but in the beginning of the movie, when he first gets off the bus and he runs into was it Megan? Was that her name?
Yeah.
Anyway,
yep.
He's so much smaller than she is.
Yeah.
And then, like literally 10 minutes later, she's every scene they're eye to eye.
Yeah.
And he's a little taller. And I'm like going, did they use the Sylvester Stallone box treatment on him?
A bit. Yeah. Definitely. And this one suffered from a lot of things when the giant ball of critters is going, where you see it slamming into cars. It wasn't supposed to. They didn't realize. Oh, we probably should have put a turn feature in this remote control ball of teeth. But yeah, this movie's so. Yeah. So this movie's bringing our threesome now of bounty hunters back to Earth, and giant guns. They're still big guns. They're still trying to blow holes and stuff, and it's literally just kill Krites. One of the faceless bounty hunters is just constantly changing.
The big guns is there's no phallic symbols going on there at all.
Usually when they like
they're raising your because they hold them at waist level. Oh my god! Again, silly fun. Now, what did you think about some of the death scenes in this?
Interesting. We get some of that little is more with when poor Lee, our playmate staple having bounty hunter, goes down in an ambush of about 50 of the little bastards. And you see just like some bones in a glove, and Ugg losing his mind. They played that nicely where
Yes.
little less is more. The ball rolling over the guy is just classic where
Perfect.
it's, oh, and then the ball rolls over and he's just a skeleton shaking on the ground. So I liked how they played them off. We didn't show like all this crazy gore.
Nope.
We got the kills where you got these tiny little softball sized critters jumping into a bunny suit via the crotch opening.
Which is
Uh,
hilarious.
yeah, he died in a farm accident.
Yeah, as he comes through the church window, and just
They're memorable. We didn't need many of them.
no,
I think there was only like 6 deaths or something in this
yeah, and
whole
and,
thing.
and to be honest with you, the most gore that we saw was when the dog died, and they
Mhm.
were very subtle with that.
Right.
And when they were eating the cows, when they were eating the cow, that one scene was the most really gore in it. But
Right.
again, it was not. It was a PG movie. It was not.
Mhm.
They weren't going to go that far into it, and so yeah, I thought they did great for with what they did, because let's face it, this movie was made with just enough horror to get horror fans to go see it. It was not, and I don't think it was ever fully intended to be scary.
No. It's
I
not a
think
monster movie. It's a creature.
it's a
It's
creature
that
feature.
feature. It's a creature feature because it's a creature with the goofiness that kind of comes with this cast of characters in this here.
This seems to me like this was a loving tribute to some of the creature features from the 1950s, because it still had that same type of feel where all this stuff's going on that's painfully ridiculous, and our actors are really trying to be overacting, but overacting in a serious manner, which makes it even more
Oh
fun,
yeah,
right? Because
to be
they're not,
spot on.
yeah, they're not really trying to be all that goofy about it. They're like, but they know they're
This
leaning in.
is their character. They're
Uh-huh.
leaning into that.
Yeah.
Where we have Lynn Shay, that she's back. She's no longer the dispatcher. She works as a reporter, which
Yeah.
is a great transition for her character. She plays that like nosy busybody.
Oh, so
That's
well.
who she is.
So well.
We get a little Eddie Deason which was the nerd from most 80s and 90s movies.
Not a big fan. Although I thought Mr. Morgan, I thought Sam Anderson was great in his
Mhm.
role as the father. Um,
Right.
yeah, but you're right. Lynn Shay was great. She was she was
She's just
awesome.
funny. I loved how she carries her brand of humor through a lot of things. She's that girl.
I'm not someone who's aware of is it Herta? Is that how you think it's pronounced? Herta Ware, the
Her to wear.
grandmother.
Yeah.
But she was so wonderfully annoying through this whole movie, to the point that it was
Only
funny.
red.
It was funny. Yeah, red meat. What? She kissed him. You've been eating red meat. Well,
Right.
only on special occasions. I don't believe that.
No.
And I think what would have been really funny. There's a scene where she gives the one of the girls, instead of a chocolate bunny, some sort of like tofu bunny kind of thing.
Right.
It would have been really funny had they had the critter open up and go for it and be like, take a bite and then spit it out. And be like, I would have been rolling laughing, because that would have been funny.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they were really playing into no one really likes her food, but they
No.
like her.
She's nice. She's just looking out for you. And this one, the first one, we got a farmhouse that is exploded into everything. This go around a burger factory. I love the fact that this is like they come up with this. And we're okay. We'll set up the buffet. There's a burger factory. We'll just dump everything out, and they'll put some fans, and they'll come. And you get this. That's the plan. And you get this giant critter that's with them, and you're thinking, oh, one of them's eating a bunch, because that was how they did it.
Or this
They
is the
became
leader
bigger.
of the pack.
That's the leader, so, and he's like that way, but live meat kind of overpowers the whole frozen meat that we can smell. Let's go get them. You get this twist where it's the big one stands up again, cheeseburgers,
No
no
bones.
bones,
It's
in
easy
the Krite
food.
language. And then they all start rolling back towards it. And you get this hint of like, there's a little bit of tension because they're eating all the frozen foods and the burgers and they're just chowing down. Eventually, they're going to start seeing the dynamite that's everywhere because, like every good church, has things you need in the basement, like
Yeah,
explosives.
explosives and
Thank you.
yes.
Okay. But anyway, I digress. You have the big one looking out to find out that it's really Ugg. And he took the form of a giant Krite in order to lead them there. And oh, shit. And they blow them up. And you're like, wow. Why isn't the movie really ending?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're literally going, okay, they blew them up. Are they going to blow them up
Kinda.
again? Kind of,
Kinda.
kind of.
Yeah.
But
Because they come
had,
rolling out of the damn factory. And you're like, oh, no. Now what?
yeah, had they not done that though, we would not have had the pleasure of the 12-foot round critter ball, which made me giggle like
Yeah.
I was like 9 years old and discovered Cheech and Chong records for the first time. I was giggling myself silly watching that thing roll. And how they show the close up on it, you see the little puppet teeth going.
Yeah, there's like 50 puppets that I think they put together for these things in order to get all the critters to be doing something. So that's probably most of the budget
Yeah.
was creature manufacturing in order to get them all just right.
Yes. It looks like sup nerd to you as well.
Spencer.
How you doing, Spencer? We were just talking about the wonderfulness of a 10-foot round ball of fur with teeth in the end of Critters 2 and how it just made me happy. It
Yeah.
absolutely made me happy. Which is funny because the whole thing. All right, so it had been since its release since I had seen this movie.
Mhm.
So a lot of it had gone way out of my head. And
Yeah.
I absolutely, again, it's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous,
Fun.
but God, I would recommend it to anybody who just has a slight.
Critters 1 and 2, they're fun.
Yep.
Critters 1, a little more on the spookier side, still kind of gives you the humor. It's light enough to not be some gory movie.
Yes.
It gives you the sharp teeth. Oh no, they've got porcupine quills that actually shoot out and get you, and it puts you to
Somewhere.
sleep
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. Spencer says that he's going to have to look up what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, Tubi.
Hey, Spencer, real quick question for you. Are you a Star Trek fan at all? Because if you are, you probably know what tribbles are. If you do, imagine putting a set of piranha style teeth in its mouth and setting it loose on the public. That's pretty much what you got with Critters.
Pretty much. Yeah. Here's a little spot here, Tubi. If you were looking for a lot of great horror movies for free,
Yes.
go to Tubi. There is a list a mile long. They've got their own stuff coming out. They've got old stuff. You want to see the critters, you go to Tubi. They've got all the critters. And 1 and 2, great. 3, not so much. 4, okay.
Time out. Was there a 4? Because as far as I'm concerned, there wasn't there was barely a 3.
Well, that's where I was getting at. The third one was one of those failures. Don't really watch after that. Yeah, 1 and 2. 1 and 2, fun. 80s horror fun.
Zombievers. Another wonderful puppet movie.
That's our center.
Yes.
That's where we go to center ourselves. Zombies.
Whenever I'm at a point in time in my life where I just need to just let things go, Zombievers is generally the answer.
Right. Yeah. A little toxic waste on a beaver dam goes a long way for, really nourishing your mental health.
It does. I agree wholeheartedly. All right, so let's get to it. We're 30 minutes in. There's not a whole lot more. We're going to keep beating these.
Yeah, it was an hour and 25 minutes. Perfect time.
Gremlin wannabes. On a scale from 1 to 10, Chris, 10 being a movie that transcends the genre. one being a miserable dredge that makes you actually angry that you watched it. And 5 hits all the marks. We start at 5, we add up, we subtract. That's where we wind up where we're at. Where would you put Critters? D.
5 hits all the marks right off the bat. Movie gets you exactly what you're coming for. It's
Mhm.
a start and a reason for the critters to be back and a reason for the critters to be blown to smithereens. Maybe ish.
Kinda.
So yeah, we hit all the marks front to back. It's fun. It lays into the fun. I'm giving this a strong 8.5.
Oh,
And the point five, and listen, hear me out.
no, it's 0.5 for.
Point five, obviously, rule number one, or one of the rules anyway. But I give it a little more because there's a lot of nostalgia for this one. This is one of those movies that I got at a time where I was able to watch horror movies, and this stuck. I've seen it. I don't know how many times.
I love our people. I do. I love our people. 'Cause
It
that's
is.
true. I think that that's actually going to start being part of my repertoire. Whenever someone asks me a question, I don't know the answer to, I'm going to go, Zombievers is generally the answer.
Yeah.
You walk
Most
away.
people will go,
But yeah, I'm with you on this. But I think that 8.5 is a way.
you
too
know me.
strong.
I am generous as
You
hell.
are.
I had so much fun with this fucking movie.
There are times where I'm like, dude, you need to reel it in just a hair.
I'm not gonna.
I'm not
I'm not
gonna.
gonna. I love this. I want other people to watch it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
I'm with you. I think that 5, like we said, hits all the marks. Because of the fact that you go into this thing knowing you're watching a movie whose title is actually Critters 2, what you're getting into, or at least you should have some idea of what you're getting into. If you go into it otherwise, you're going to be like Ebert and hate it, and we don't
It's
have
true.
use for people like you. That being said, though, for a movie to just sit down and I cannot wait to watch this with my grandson.
Yeah.
Right. I can't wait to just sit and watch him watch it so I can giggle,
It's
So
great
yeah,
entry level
yeah, absolutely.
for horror.
Even but it's great for those of us who've been in it for a while. So
Yes.
6.5, I think, is a good strong for me, and you know where the half comes from, same place.
Oh,
it
yeah.
always comes from, right?
Oh yeah.
'Cause
Well, you
I
know
was
me.
gonna-
I'm more generous. When you give me an under 5, I don't like you.
Well, there's been a couple movies on our list that have been under 5. Now,
It's true.
our placement, though, has absolutely zero whatsoever to do with
Yeah.
that. It's more
I
about
try to be more realistic. It's an 8.5 for me. She's not a top 20.
no, no, she's definitely not a top 20. So let's take a quick what's the word I'm looking for? Let's take a quick look at our shit list. What does the shit list stand for, Chris?
Sometimes hilarious, intentionally tasteless. We are up to 79. She'll be number 79 going on the board.
Yes, look at that. So Critters 2, yeah, it's definitely not a top 20. As a matter of fact, I'd be surprised if it gets off the page it's on right now. This movie to me is right along the same lines as a Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
It's better than Ginger Dead Man for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
it might be better than Arcadian just because Arcadian stole the round rolling monsters from it.
It's true.
You know what? I think this movie is going to go off the original screen because it's not Halloween 3.
No.
But I would definitely watch it over Cuckoo again.
I was going to say over Cuckoo for sure.
Yeah.
I'm realistic when we come to our list because I realize that my rating bothers people because the nostalgia for me, I'm not going to apologize for it. I love nostalgia. And if you get it right in a movie, to where I remember it from being X amount of years old when it was out.
I was 4 years old.
Right. Yeah, but on here, it's a funny movie. You should give it a go. I honestly think you should do a double feature with the Critters 1, Critters 2, because that is the franchise. We've gone from there, but from that point on, other than Critters 3 being Leo DiCaprio's actual movie debut, he had been in some TV, but it was also direct to video. So
I'm going to say Yeah, I disagree with that wholeheartedly, because I could care less if DiCaprio is in it or not. I don't like him
Oh no, like I said,
in most things.
three is not the good part. It's only to watch because it's his debut.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of them going urban with it. I thought it was stupid. They're taking on an apartment.
Yeah, I agree. So are we okay with 57? Are we okay with above
I'm
Cuckoo?
saying lock her in
Okay.
above Cuckoo.
You know, which is really funny because I actually wish that right now by looking at this list, I wish New Fear's Eve was in front of Cuckoo too, but that's just, we put it there. We put it there.
We'll put it there.
The more I think about Cuckoo, the more I'm thinking it needs to be down here around.
I don't know, just for the use of Cuckooian.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Just describing anything as Cuckooian.
That's
I
true.
think,
That's true.
Yeah,
Hey,
that was a stretch.
So I'm going to say this: we're locking it in right now, and we're doing that because we're getting ready to do this. Now, before we do this, though, I have to say this, LG. You don't like the Lost Boys either. You don't get to say anything about Thanksgiving because you like
Terribly good.
Sharknado and don't like the Lost Boys. Done.
Yeah.
Done. You're lucky that I'm still your friend.
We love you. I love you, but you're wrong.
So that being said, we wanted to do Critters again for Easter. If you haven't seen the Critters 2, it is definitely an Easter movie.
Yes.
It is an Easter. It's funny. A guy I work with who likes really bad films as much as we do. He says he said Critters 2 is an Easter movie more so than Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And I said, I'm not having that argument with you because Die Hard is indeed a Christmas movie. And he says, oh, no, I agree with you. I said, well, and so is Lethal Weapon. And that's where we had to have a little bit of a fight about it. But that's neither here nor there.
Partial credit doesn't really count.
Yeah. Well,
it depends on, let's see your reaction to the greased up sax player next time and we'll talk.
Yeah, that and the fact that that short blonde haired chiseled featured vampire that looked awful good at that age too, but then again for us guys, star. My wife knows it too. I tell her all the time. I go, star. Lunar LG says there's a Thanksgiving 2 with question mark. No, there's a Thanksgiving.
There's a Thanksgiving 3.
No one really knows.
There's search for Thanksgiving 2.
I love that joke. I love that joke so much. All right, so let's spin the wheel. See what we're going to do next week. Are you ready?
Let's go on the wheel. Yeah, click the button.
Do the wheel.
What are we doing?
Oh, a classic. Poltergeist.
I am down for this. Let's keep this 80s going, baby.
Yeah, and let's see though. It is. I don't know where it's available.
Yeah, let's look that one up. Doing it live. 1982. Poltergeist. They're here. It's a rentable. It looks like.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rent from
an Amazon rentable
video or from Apple TV.
Yeah, who put that out? Probably Sony. It's something.
Yeah, this is
MGM. MGM has its own service, so that's
true too. That's true too. Now, here's the funny thing about us doing Poltergeist. My wife, who watches the show and who has certain films that she cannot even watch to hear us talk about, this will be one of them. She's this movie has bad feelings for her, so we won't go into detail because I know she's watching tonight, but just know that next week she'll stop in and say hello and then she'll turn the volume off.
Yeah, this movie got me too, and there's a lot of weird stuff we get to talk about that is linked to this movie. Not only do we love horror movies in general, horror shows, but the creepy, the paranormal, the supernatural. There is a twist on this movie outside of the script.
Yes.
Would you say? And that'll be fun to talk about too.
Yeah, and also I'm sorry, there's a particular term for it. I can't remember what it's called, where you know something's true and factual, even though it's not really true and factual. I can't remember what that's called. The cornucopia on the Fruit Loom is one of them, right? It's where
Oh yeah, the Mandela effect.
Mandela effect. Thank you,
Yeah.
because there's a good one for this movie as well. So
We're
I'm
going to
looking,
talk about it.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's fun. All
Yeah.
right. Chris, is there anything you'd like to say to the fine folks out there in YouTube land as we start to sign off tonight?
Yeah, if you are listening to us after the fact, we come on at Thursday Night Frights, 8 p.m. Come join us live on the YouTube. Be part of our Talking Dead. If not, and you can't catch us live, that's okay. We watch stuff way after it comes out sometimes too. So if you're doing that, check us out on bio.link/graverev, and that'll give you the link of all links. It'll take you to all of our socials, our email, where you can reach out to us and say, hey, you're wrong. Hey, you're right. Hey, put this on the wheel. Anything. Reach out to us. Talk to us.
Mhm.
What would you like us to talk about? We're down for anything. We try to keep everything horror separated from the sci-fis and whatnot. But you never know.
But you never know.
You never know.
No.
They can't hear you scream in space, so
No,
that's
they can't.
scary.
No, and you know what's funny is that when you're in space, you can't smell them either.
Right, and you can't tell that you all smell different when you're awake.
Yeah, you do, and
Yeah.
you all look so much more peaceful when you're asleep.
Right. Yeah, but they wouldn't know that because they're asleep.
Yeah, but sometimes
Crazy how that works.
it is funny. Anyway,
Friendships.
Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you being here tonight. We love you guys so much, and thank you for joining us and helping us have a good time laughing and cutting up about silly, simple things like little furry pom-poms that roll around with gnashing teeth and piranha mouths and trying to kill people. And man, it was so much fun. Someone's recommending Thanksgiving 3 to be added to the wheel. Done. We'll put it in. Either that or just hold on to that and just remind us closer to Thanksgiving, and we'll
Right.
do that during
Yeah.
our Thanksgiving.
We like doing a holiday run, and that's just Thanksgiving 3. The search for Thanksgivings 2 is perfect.
It's funny because every time you say that, I'm like, that sounds like something Mel Brooks would have said in a Spaceballs type.
This
movie.
is true.
So,
Thanksgiving the flamethrower.
the flamethrower. Critters 2, the flamethrower. The kids love this one. Anyway, I love it. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as my co-host Chris says weekly,
Stay spooky, friends.
and as I like to say, as always, may your nightmares be groovy. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.